Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth tonight is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, bud?
I'm doing fantastic, and we are live tonight from the Limaland Motorsports Park with the STRR 358 Modified Series. This is race one of the brand new season for STRR. Massive driver count here tonight, so should be an awesome show for the viewers at home. Proud to be here. Excited to get this event underway. Most of the drivers are just sitting idling on pit lane. You see some of the times on the left-hand side of the screen here. Just about 2 minutes left in this practice session. Juan Martinez is the top of the board with a 12:31. Justin Brown at a 12:40, and a whole slew of drivers at a 12:40. All the way second down through fifth. Sixth and seventh at a 12:45. Eighth and ninth at a 12:46. I guess 10th as well. So the top 10 pretty close on lap times. Tim, what's your thoughts going into tonight?
Man, I can't wait to see these how these cars race.
I can't either.
You got a whole lot of people, a whole lot of, actually not a whole lot of track. So let's see what kind of show they can put on for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I have not watched too much racing action with these 358 modifieds, but I'm excited to get underway here tonight with these. I'm just watching the bit of practice, and it looked like the drivers were having a good time out there on the racetrack. Real quick, couple chiming in on the YouTube chat. One of the league admins, Dana Burdick's giving us a shout out, Tim. So, how you doing, Dana? I know you're getting prepared to race a little bit, so good luck to you tonight. Just about there, folks. I know I'm trying to pan around and see if anybody is currently running on the racetrack at all. Maybe have one here, Logan Brown. No, he's messing around in the infield, it looks like, having some fun before we jump into the serious part of tonight. But good to see. It looks like we have 42 cars have taken a time. And there's 49 in the session, so really big car count tonight. If you're watching along and here on the Buckeye Racing Network, please let us know who you're rooting for tonight, what drivers you are watching. We always enjoy seeing those messages come across. All right. Practice is wrapping up here. Now we're going to roll right into qualifying here. Let's see, I got one driver on the racetrack here. Dusty Roberts heading out onto the racetrack. Take his qualifying laps here. We'll take a look at his run, see how he fares. He's one of the first cars to enter the racetrack. Driver's got just over, a little over 4 minutes now to get their qualifying laps in. As Dusty's coming around to complete lap number 1. That's going to be good for a 13:74 on lap number 1 for Dusty. You're going to see a bunch of times populate on the left-hand side of the screen as other drivers complete their qualifying effort. Lap number 2 for Dusty was a pickup to a 13:30. So good pickup lap for him. Let's take a look at the number 6 machine of Clayton Kluwel as he just finishes lap number 1 for him. He comes around and turns a 13:53, good for 19th at the moment. Lap number 2, really a lot better. How about that? Up to second on the chart at a 13:15 for Clayton. Getting mixed up with my words there, Tim.
Yes.
They're checking out the number 4 machine. That's Juan Martinez as he starts his qualifying run. Or maybe just ends it, I believe. Yeah, he does have 2 laps complete, so. Let's see if I can find anybody that maybe hasn't run at all. Jaden Rager is just starting his first lap. The 25, it's 25 on our timing and scoring, but it's the 23 on his car. Lap number 1 for him is a 13:48. That is good for 34th quick at this time. Lap 2. Good pickup for Jaden at a 13:27 up to 12th quick there on his second lap. 46 cars have taken the time. Justin Brown just went to the top of the board with a he ran a 13:40, but his best was a 13:13. Himself and David Cannon both ran a 13:13. And third and fourth ran a 13:14. Really, really close on the lap times. Got some Nate Walker fans out in the chat. Jacob Harrell fans out in the chat. Hello, Austin up in the race tower. Sure, you have your hands full tonight. Austin's one of the league owners. He is a league owner and an admin here for STRR. As we just have a couple minutes left here in this qualifying session. I believe every car that wants to take a time has taken a time. 46 have taken a time and 3 have not. And I'm not sure if they will decide to.
It looks like there's still 1 car active in the 44. No, he's already completed his laps. He's just getting a little extra practice.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can always use the extra laps you can run here in your qualifying session as extra practice laps. That's one nice thing about the sim.
I tell you what, look at the track. Look at how slick it is already, especially in the entries.
Yeah, absolutely. We're high above here, looking at the blimp view, and you can definitely see the slick parts already around Limaland Motorsports Park, especially getting into turn 1 and turn 3. Those parts of the racetrack are looking very slick. Looks like we do have another car taking his qualifying run, Brett Weslowski. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Pardon me. Well, he might get a lap in. Maybe it might let him do 2. I don't think. No, it looks like he wasn't able to get a lap in, so. It's going to be Justin Brown that wins the quick time tonight. The grid for heat number 1 is already taken place. Here, row number 1. It's going to be Justin Brown in the 21 and Michael Vitale in the 213. Row number 2, it's going to be Jacob Harrell in the 67 and Chris Martin in the 39. Row 3 is going to be Jonathan Lampman in the 61 and Cody McDonald in the 28. Row 4 is going to be Justin Stevens in the 20 and Matthew Moniak in the 3. And row 5 is going to be Blake Wisdom in the 22 and Akai Sanabria. And I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. All right, we have 10 cars for 8 laps around Limaland, and we are taking how many, Tim? 2?
We are taking 2 out of every feature, and I believe it's only 5 heats. It is 5 heats, and it looks like we will have an E main, a D main, a C main, and a B main.
So a very full slate of racing here tonight with the short track Rivals Racing 358 modified division. Vying, and these drivers, 10 drivers vying for 2 spots to transfer directly to the A main later tonight. So I think we're going to see some aggression, don't you, Tim?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to. It's a short track, obviously. Very wide on the straightaways for while you have them, and it's a very wide corner as well. But I don't think the drivers will be seeing it that way.
Yeah, let's go racing here for sure. Green flag is in the air. Justin Brown stands on the gas, and we're underway in heat number 1. He's out to the early advantage. The battle is on for second. They're side by side, jumbled up a little bit further back. We'll take a look and see. They were 4 wide there coming out of turn number 2. Settled it out.
Jonathan Lapman got hit hard in the driver's side.
Okay, well, he's running the bottom. The car seems to be okay, so he's going to hopefully continue on here and try to move that car forward. Back up to second. That's held right now by Michael Vitale. Jacob Harrell is hounding him for that transfer spot. He is right behind him. Already down to 5 laps to go in this first heat, and Harrell's got to really dig deep to try to get to that second place position. Just behind them, that's going to be Chris Martin in the 39, Cody McDonald in the 28 on the bottom, trying to work his way around. Cody McDonald's under fire from the 22 of Blake Wisdom. He's on the inside.
Right now, he's our biggest mover at a +4.
Absolutely.
+3.
He's trying to work that inside. The track's slicking off down there, and I think grip's coming to a premium down way low, so he's going to have to settle back in and try once more to get around Cody McDonald in 5th. Jacob Harrell still running 3rd, trying to search around the racetrack to find a line to get around Michael Vitale. White flag's already in the air. They're working through turns 3 and 4. Justin Brown's going to work out of turn 4 to the checkered flag and win the first heat. Michael Vitale is going to finish 2nd, and those are going to be your direct transfers to the A main in just a little while. Jacob Harrell, Chris Martin, Cody McDonald, your top 5 there in heat number 1. Heat number 2 is already gridding up behind the Page truck. Row number 1 is going to be David Cannon in the 81 and Sam Bachman in the 007. Row 2 is going to be Jaden Rager in the 25 and Landon Curran in the 87. Row 3 is going to be Jake Henry in the 171 and Blake Steele in the 11. Row 4 is going to be Logan Brown in the 8 and Dawson Tone in the 24. Row 5 is going to be James Foster Jr. in the 32 and Dylan Robbins in the 45. All right, field's already rolling here for a couple of quick pace laps, and we'll be underway here in heat number 2. Remember, only 2 drivers again, and we're starting 10. Well, I guess 9. Dylan Robbins did not make the call for this second heat race, so 9 drivers are going to start here for 8 laps. Tim, why don't you bring us to green here for the second heat?
Alrighty, I believe that's David, and he's leading us into the restart zone, and he's away. Side by side for second with the 23 machine of 25. It says 23. Jaden looking to the inside of the 7 machine of Samuel Backman. Still side by side for 3rd.
Yeah, keeping an eye.
Jaden trying to just find a gap in between.
Yeah, he was trying to slide up there for sure.
Yeah.
The 87's working around the outside of him right now. That's going to be Landon Curran.
Oh.
A little bit of contact as well out of turn number 2. Now the 11 of Blake Steele's looking to take advantage of Jaden Rager running the bottom, and he's going to clear him into turn 1 and 2. David L. Cannon still leading the way out to 3/4 of a second lead over Sam Bachman. Landon Curran is 3rd, and it's a dogfight for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. They're all right there underneath a blanket. 3 wide out of turn 2 for just a second. And they single file out for now. Already 2 laps to go in this action-packed second heat of the night. Well, we'll keep an eye right here for the second place position. Sam Bachman, Landon Curran. White flags in the air for David Cannon.
Oh, contact for third.
Out of turn 4 to the checker flag. David Cannon wins. Second's going to go to Sam Bachman. Those are your 2 transfers. Landon Curran, Blake Steele, Jaden Rager. Your top 5, Jake Henry 6th, Dawson Tone 7th, Logan Brown 8th, and James Foster Jr. credited with 9th there in that second heat. Heat number 3 is gridding up behind the pace truck. Row number 1 is going to be Nate Walker in the 16 and Randall Dixon in the 011. Row 2 is going to be Keegan Brown in the triple nickel and Michael Bowman in the 26. Row 3 is going to be Dana Burdick in the 41 and Matt Smith in the 31. Row 4 is going to be Jonathan Tohafchian in the 14. I hope I pronounced that one correctly. And Quentin Stothert in the 89. Row 5 is going to be Ryan Howard in the 04 and Brett Weslowski in the 35. Two by two behind the pace truck. 2 drivers get to transfer into the A main and be comfortable for a little while as the rest of the racing action unfolds. 8 laps the distance once more. Susan, thank you for the kind words. We always appreciate the feedback. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Buckeye Racing Network as well. Pace trucks peeling off. 2 by 2. Green flag is in the air for heat number 3. Late Walker out to the early advantage. Keegan Brown and Randall Dixon side by side out of turn 2. Oh, really tight contact. And the triple nickel machine of Keegan Brown up into the wall. That's going to bring our first caution flag of the event out tonight. I think that was just a couple drivers fighting over real estate there out of turn number 2. We'll take a quick peek at this in a replay. Keep an eye on that 555 machine. You're going to see him kind of squeeze up there out of turn 2. And the other car was there already, and he got up into the wall and almost turned over. Fortunately enough, the car stays on all 4s, and he's going to be able to continue here. Wow, just a quick second here to catch our breath up in the booth. Field's already going to go 2 by 2 here to get ready for the restart. Pace truck peels off. Nate Walker fires. Green flag back in the air for the restart. Out to a great advantage through turn 1 and 2. Battle is on for second on back as cars are side by side. More fighting for real estate out of turn 2 between Michael Bowman and Randall Dixon. They're nose to tail. Matt Smith is currently in 4th, running the bottom, trying to make up any ground he can down there. One car.
We got 2 around in turn 1 and 2.
That's going to bring our yellow out, and unfortunately Keegan Brown was a part of that, and I believe Dana Burdick. We're going to take another look.
Oh, then that would be 3 because showing Brett Weslowski.
I believe you're right. We got it on replay right now. We're following with Brett Weslowski. He's that number 3 machine on the bottom. He makes contact with Dana Burdick. Dana's able to continue, and the 3 and the 55 gets turned around backwards. The 55 makes a little bit of wall contact there. I think both drivers will be able to continue to finish out the rest of this heat. Good news there. I mean, drivers fighting over 2 spots for a transfer, you know, that does lead to a lot of aggressive driving. They don't want to have to deal with going to one of the consolation events, so Even if they don't get the top 2, every spot matters because it improves their starting spot in their consolation. Pace truck's peeling off. And we're back underway here in Heat 3. Nate Walker with another fantastic restart. Side by side, Randall Dixon and Michael Bowman.
Oh, crossover for Michael Bowman. From high to low, trying to get by Randall Dixon.
The white flag is in the air. This is the last time around. 3 wide there for a second out of turn 2. Matt Smith's almost going to get turned around. Checkered in the air for Nate Walker. He's going to win. I have no idea, and Randall Dixon's going to be your second place car in your transfer, your final transfer. Michael Bowman, Quentin Stothert, Matt Smith, your top 5 here in heat number 3. All right, grid of heat number 4 is taken to the racetrack now. Row 1 is going to be Clayton Kluel in the 6 and Juan Martinez in the 4. Row 2 is going to be Cameron Tucker in the 53 and David Bruno in the 27. Row 3, Braden Phillips in the 88, Jordan Tucker in the 66. Row 4 is going to be Anthony Roselli in the 85 and Lon Franks in the 10. Shotgun starter is going to be Race Foster in the 711. Couple of pace laps here to get us before we... Oh, no, we're taking the green right now out of turn 4. Clayton Kluel going to lead him down into turn 1 and 2. Juan Martinez is going to be second. Battle is on for third between Cameron Tucker and David Bruno. That's third and fourth on the racetrack. Fifth's going to be Jordan Tucker. Those top 5 are single file, and the battle is on between Lon Franks and Anthony Roselli. He's working the bottom part of the racetrack. 6 laps to go. It's pretty interesting to see single file action here, Tim. Not much side by side.
Looks like Juan is just trying to, doesn't look like he's trying to be too aggressive here. He's just cruising along, trying to hold on to that transfer spot as of right now.
I think so. Already 4 laps down and 4 to go in this 4th heat. Side-by-side action just a little further back. Lon Franks and Anthony Roselli, or no, that would be Jordan Tucker and Lon Franks were side-by-side just for a brief moment. They're almost looking that way again out of turn 2. 2 laps to go for Clayton Kluel and Juan Martinez. He's trying to hold on in front of Cameron Tucker. This is the battle for the transfer.
Oh,
sorry for the ticker. I know it is frozen. I'm going to have to get on that right after this heat comes to a finish. Checkered flags in the air. Clayton Kluel is going to come across the line. The battle is for the transfer. Cameron Tucker and Juan Martinez finish second and third. Tucker's going to squeak it away from Juan Martinez right there at the line. What a finish there in the 4th heat.
what a finish.
Wow.
For second.
Literally. Heat number 5 is gridding up currently. Row number 1 is going to be Logan Wentz in the 18 and Dylan Dewart in the 46. Row 2 is going to be Dusty Roberts in the 23 and Anthony Morano in the 47. Row 3 is going to be Dean Reynolds in the 79 and Kelly Wheeler in the 48. Row 4 is going to be Johnny Cates in the 73 and Alan Smith in the 44. Ninth starter is going to be Lee Penny in the 83. And I'm going to have to try to get potentially, sorry folks, as I can try to get my timing and scoring to work for everybody once more before we take the green flag. There we go. That looks a lot better. Base truck's off. Logan Wentz to the green. Tim, take it away.
Logan Wentz out to the lead as we have, I believe that is Dusty Roberts has a problem through 1 and 2. Loses maybe 3 spots. We have, I believe that is Dylan DeWert working on our leader right there in 3 and 4. Side by side for 4th.
Looks like timing and scoring is working once more. So that's good. Thanks for the heads up from the chat. Almost a battle for the race lead. Dylan DeWert is looking to just get a nose on the right rear of Logan Wentz. And he might have him here coming out of turn 4. 4 down, 4 to go in this 5th heat race. As they're still side by side. Both drivers got to keep in mind if they were to finish here, they do get it the transfer. So plenty of space between these drivers as they work their way through 1 and 2.
I'm surprised Logan started working that bottom side. I think it came and he realized that high side's where you want to be right about now.
Anthony Morano running the bottom, trying to steal second from Logan Wentz. White flags in the air. Side by side, I think it's going to be close as we come to the line here for the 5th heat. Who's going to get it at the line? Dylan DeWert wins. Logan Wentz is going to squeak it out over Anthony Morano. Dean Reynolds 4th. Dusty Roberts going to be your top 5 in this 5th heat of the night. Another awesome finish for the transfer. All right.
It'll be 3 drivers advancing.
And this is the... Which consi is this?
This is the E-main.
All right, 3 drivers advancing from this E-main. Row number 1 is going to be Jacob Harrell in the 67 and Anthony Morano in the 47. Row 2 is going to be David Bruno in the 27, Matt Smith in the 31. Row 3 is going to be Jake Henry in the 171 and Jonathan Lampman in the 61. Row 4 is going to be Alan Smith in the 44, Braden Phillips in the 88, and 9th starter is going to be Dana Burdick in the 41. And we're taking 3, correct, Tim?
Yeah, 3 from each main. So we're going from E all the way up to B. So it looks like it'll be 3 from each that go straight to the featured, and it's not going from E to the D all the way up.
And like we said at the top of the show, folks, we have a full slate of racing. So we're at the E-main. 12 laps going to be the distance. 3 drivers are going to transfer. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air for the E-main of the evening. Jacob Harrell out to the early advantage. Anthony Morano, David Bruno side by side. Contact a little further back. That's the 171 of Jake Henry. Uh-oh, he's going to get into the rear of Matt Smith in the 31 and spin him around. No yellow as of yet. We stay green.
Cars are going. Oh, there it is.
And yellow flag is flying, and that's going to be for the Matt Smith incident.
Oh, man.
We'll take a look at this on the replay. Keep an eye on that 31 machine. That's the white and blue car. You see, he was trying to avoid the contact there early, and the 171 just gets into the rear and turns his car around. And I think Matt does have some big damage. You see some sparks underneath that machine, so he's going to have to head down the pits and try to repair that. As we go, that was the first caution of the E-main. Jacob Harrell, David Bruno, Anthony Morano are your 3 transferees as of right now. Jonathan Lampman on the outside looking in, Alan Smith on the outside looking in, Jake Henry, Dana Burdick, Braden Phillips, all on the outside looking in. 2 by 2 by 2 as we're lining up to take the restart. Looks like Matt Smith is going to be able to rejoin the field. Going to tag the rear, showing a lap down currently. But it was able to get that damaged repaired on that car. Lights are out on the pace truck. We should go back to green this time. Jacob Harrell stands on the gas, and we're back underway. Anthony Morano, David Bruno side by side. Morano's going to have the advantage down into turn 3, and Bruno slots back to 3rd. Jonathan Lampman, Alan Smith. They can see the transfer spot. It's right there in front of them. It's our top 3, really about everybody single file. There isn't anybody side by side, and as I say that, Alan Smith, Dana Burdick was side by side. That's a battle for 5th. Smith hits one of the tires, and that car bounces awkwardly through turns 3 and 4. He gathers it back in. Back up front, battle for the lead. Anthony Morano looking to the inside of Jacob Harrell. They're side by side across the line. White flag is in the air. Still side by side, out of turn 4 and a crossover to the line. Anthony Morano is going to take it. Jacob Harrell is going to be 2nd. David Bruno is going to be credited with 3rd, and those are your transfer drivers. Now the D main is gridding. Landon Curran in the 87. And Chris Martin in the 39, that's row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Dean Reynolds in the 79 and Jordan Tucker in the 66. Row 3 is going to be Ryan Howard in the 04 and Dawson Tone in the 24. Row 4 is going to be Matthew Moniak in the 3 and Lee Penny in the 83. And night starter is going to be Race Foster. Field already 2 by 2, and like you said, we're taking 3 from this one as well, Tim?
That is correct.
3 from this is going to get moved right into the A. You got 12 laps to fight for 3 spots. We have a Darrell Waltrip reference in the YouTube chat. Always love to see those, as he would say in his iconic line, boogity, 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 as we take the green flag here in this D-main. Landon Curran out front early, side by side for 2nd. Chris Martin and Dean Reynolds. Contact. Oh my.
4, 5 wide for 2nd.
3 wide, just a little further back still. Uh-oh, more contact. I think they're going to be able to keep it going. We're going to keep an eye on them. Cars hitting tires and everything else. Chaos. Oh, and the 39 gets turned around, and the caution flag is in the air. Whoa, and they're still spinning around. Lee Penny's backwards on the back straightaway. Wow. Let's see if we can maybe try to dissect a little bit of that. We'll keep an eye on Chris Martin here in a 39. He gets bumper tagged in 3. A little bit more contact there. He gets down into turn 1, and cars were just a little faster than him, and his car got turned around. He got back going, and other cars trying to avoid him. Cars spinning around sideways and every which way. Chaos there.
A whole lap and a half to wreck. I can't believe they were just saving it as long as they'd have. Finally, chaos.
Yeah, I think it was bound to happen. You know, this is the first race of the season, in this new season, with the 358 modifieds here with STRR. So, you know, the first points night for these fellas. They want to get into that A feature. Pace truck is off, and we are back underway. First 3 cars all down low through 1 and 2. That's Landon Kieran, Jordan Tucker, Dawson Tone. Battle for 4th. Race Foster, Ryan Howard side by side. Contact into turn number 1.
Dawson Tone.
Oh, big contact. 2 cars around. Is it going to bring the yellow out? Race Foster is turned around backwards. We're staying green for the moment being. Yellow flag is going to fly.
I tell you what, these drivers are giving it everything for a better position.
Keep an eye on the 21 here. You see a little bit of contact getting in the corner. The 3 was trying to make up ground, and his car just got tight and pinched the 21 into the outside wall, unfortunately, as he was trying to make headway. Still got 3 laps to go here in this D main. Landon Kieran, Jordan Tucker, Dawson Tone. Those are your top 3 currently. Susan, to answer your question, 24 cars will start the A feature here tonight for 30 laps. Two by two. The field racks back up here. The pace truck's going to peel off. Green flag goes back in the air. 2-lap shootout here for the top 3. Landon Curran, Jordan Tucker, Dawson Tone. And Ryan Howard's right there looking for the crossover down into turn 3 for 3rd. He hits the tire. He gathers it back in, and I think everybody's going to remain going, and we're going to remain green here to finish it out on this white flag lap. As Landon Curran barrels down through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. He wins the D main. Jordan Tucker's going to be 2nd. Dawson Tone's going to be your 3rd and final transfer. Dean Reynolds 4th there. So, all right, we already have the C main gridding up. Row number 1 is going to be Michael Bowman in the 26, Blake Steele in the 11. Row 2 is going to be Cody McDonald in 28, and Dusty Roberts in the 23. Row 3 is going to be Lon Franks in the 10, and Keegan Brown in the triple nickel. Row 4 is going to be Logan Brown in the 8, and Akai Sanabria in the 17. Row 5 is going to be Kelly Willert in the 48, and Dylan Robbins in the 45. Looks like 2 cars aren't going to make the call here in this C main. That's Kelly Willer in the 48 and Dylan Robbins in the 45. So 8 cars are going to start. Jesse Barnett, we're working from the E all the way up to the A, and we're on the C main currently. This is the C main. 3 drivers is going to transfer from this C main. We will have one more consolation after this. That'll be the B main, and then we'll have the 30-lap feature coming up. Michael Bowman hits the gas. Green flag is in the air. Blake Steele to his inside through turn 1 and 2. He's going to slide up in front of him, take the race lead. Dusty Roberts right there in third. Cody McDonald also battling for third. They're side by side through turn number 1. 3 wide for a second there. For second place, Keegan Brown is right there as well. All those cars are battling for the transfer.
Still 3 wide for second.
Oh, Dusty Roberts got slow through the corner and got bumper tagged, and the car spins around. That's going to bring the first yellow flag out of this C main. We'll go back, take one more look at that. Keep an eye on the 23 machine, the green car. That's Dusty Roberts. You see him get down into the corner. The car just kind of got wonky there, and he had to lose a bunch of momentum to try to save it. He gets tagged from the triple nickel machine, turned around. Also, the 10 car makes contact. That was Lon Franks, so I think all of those cars will be able to continue. As we see Dusty Roberts in the pit lane taking some repair. Field's going to double file up here. It's going to be take the green with 6 laps to go. Doesn't look like Dusty Roberts is going to be able to continue, so that leaves 7 cars to battle for 3 spots. Green flag's in the air, and Cody McDonald didn't get going on the start. All these cars are jumbled around. Almost all of them going straight. Akai Sanabria, I think, made big contact with the outside wall there in turn number 1, as that car was all out of shape, unfortunately. I think they're going to credit the yellow coming out to Cody McDonald. But keep an eye on this 17 machine here, as he does make contact with the outside wall. Was able to keep going straight, but that was enough contact there on the restart to bring that yellow flag back out. Two-lap shootout here. Blake Steele hits the gas. Green flag goes back in the air. Side by side, Keegan Brown and Logan Brown. And I guess Logan Brown and Michael Bowman, I think that would be, is side by side. No, that's Lon Franks in that 10 machine. That's side by side for third. Uh-oh, Blake Steele gets loose and turned around. That was the leader. The white flag has already been displayed. No yellow's going to come out. Keegan Brown's going to win. Akai Sanabria is going to be second, and Michael Bowman is going to cross the line for third. Those are your 3 transfer cars. Blake Steele is going to come across in fourth and not make it to the A. Unfortunate there for Blake Steele. I'm not sure I just seen the car get loose and he was spun around. This is going to be the grid for the B main. Row 1 is going to be Juan Martinez in the 4 and Quentin Stothard in the 89. Row 2 is going to be Jaden Rager in the 25 and Blade Wisdom in the 22. Row 3 is going to be Johnny Cates in the 73 and Anthony Roselli in the 85. Row 4 is going to be Jonathan Tohafjian in the 14 and James Foster Jr. in the 32. Row 5 is going to be Justin Stevens in the 20 and Brett Weslowski in the 35. Again, we have 10 starters, and Brett Weslowski's not going to make, no, he does make the call. So 10 starters for 12 laps for 3 spots. So if you're Jaden Rager, who's currently sitting in third, you got to hope and pray to stay right there for 12 laps and hold off the likes of Blade Wisdom and Johnny Cates, Anthony Roselli, and others as they try to make it up to his position. Green flag is in the air for the B main. Juan Martinez out to the early advantage, side by side like always for second. Quentin Stothert, Jaden Rager, side by side. Quentin Stothert maybe with the advantage. He works around the outside of the speedway. Oh, a little bit of contact out of turn 2. And they have Blade Wisdom right behind. Rager's going to slide up in front.
A couple cars hit the tire on the entry of 3.
What a fierce battle we have going for the transfer spot. This is the battle for third. Juan Martinez, Jaden Rager is first and second. Third is currently held by Quentin Stothert, but Blade Wisdom, Jonathan Tohavchian, Anthony Roselli, all right there looking to get to third. 4 cars, all under a blanket. And you see each one of them is almost running a different line, trying to find grip, trying to find a way to make up any ground to get to Quentin in the 89.
John and that 21 machine looking everywhere. High side, 1 and 2, middle 3 and 4. Trying to find something to work.
Yeah, absolutely. They are hunting any way possible to try to battle Quentin Stothert. Blade Wisdom trying to get something going around the top. He might have a nose on him out of 2. No, he does make contact with the wall, got a little too high. Going to lose a spot to Jonathan Tohavchian. We have 1 car down on the bottom, just slow. He stays out of the way. No harm, no foul there. 2 laps to go. Juan Martinez. Go ahead. I know you were going to say Jonathan Tohavchian. Yeah. He's working around the outside. White flag's in the air. He has the run into turn 1. We might have a photo finish here for third. They're going to both drive it in deep. Who's going to prevail? Contact at the line. It's going to be... What a finish here in the B main. Juan Martinez and Jaden Rager was first and second. Jonathan Tohavchian is going to transfer and make it to the show. Whew! We have a quick warm-up session for these drivers. They can go out. They're going to work in the racetrack. Your 24 starters for the A main tonight, they're going to go out and be able to work in the racetrack for about 4.5 minutes here. Give us a chance to catch our breaths. What an action-packed night of racing so far here tonight at Limaland, Tim.
Yeah, I speechless, just speechless.
I mean, these cars, these 358 modifieds and STRR and the admins, I mean, they are putting on one heck of a show, all these drivers out here tonight. It has been a blast so far, and we have the big event coming up here in just 4 minutes.
You know, it's a good thing I'm not in the car, right, or racing with these guys. You know, I'm up in the booth, and I'm holding my breath.
Absolutely.
I don't want to know what would happen if I was driving.
I mean, it's just been all-out racing tonight. Drivers looking low, running high. I mean, they were fighting for every spot while on the racetrack. On the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see the times populate in. You'll get to see who's the quickest so far. Jaden Rager, as we're looking at his car, he's turned a 12:91, same as Sam Bachman. Michael Vitale is third on the timing chart at a 12:93. Just been awesome racing again. This has been a big event for us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, a big driver count tonight, and it's been an honor to bring you all at home STRR's first race with the 358 Modifieds. We do appreciate you tuning in here with us. We hope to have you each and every night we are live on the Buckeye Racing Network. There's always dirt racing action on the channel, so I'd like to have you out for each and every event. Always enjoy seeing you cheering on your drivers as well. There's the 32 machine of Anthony Morano as he runs some practice laps. And we're going to have 24 cars on the racetrack here for the feature. And Tim, I guess if we were thinking we've seen crazy, I don't think we have seen the crazy we are about to witness.
We've seen crazy. I don't think we've witnessed insanity.
I don't think so. But we may get to experience that here, but in a good way, folks. We're going to get to see these drivers battle it out for 30 laps.
Man, my heart rate is just going through the roof right now, man. I feel it. I feel the energy.
I do too. I mean, as every second ticks away here in this warm-up, I'm not even sure of what we're about to experience here at Limaland. There's going to be action everywhere. Man, oh man, I cannot wait. $30 more seconds to go in the warm-up session. I'll tell you what, Tim, I don't know about you, but I think Limaland can provide some really good racing.
Well, it certainly is. It's quite the unique track. I mean, can't really replicate this track anywhere.
I agree. And these drivers tonight are putting on a whale of a show. The warm-up session is wrapping up. We are going to check out the grid here for our A feature tonight. Row number 1 is going to be Justin Brown in the 21 and David Cannon in the 81. Row 2 is going to be Nate Walker in the 16 and Clayton Kluel in the 6. Row 3 is going to be Dylan DeWert in the 46 and Michael Vitale in the 213. Row 4 is going to be Sam Bachman in the 007 and Randall Dixon in the 011. Row 5 is going to be Cameron Tucker in the 53 and Logan Wentz in the 18. Row 6 is going to be Anthony Morano in the 47 and Landon Curran in the 87. As we go down, row 7 is going to be Keegan Brown in the triple nickel and Juan Martinez in the 4. Row 8 is going to be Jacob Harrell in the 67 and Jordan Tucker in the 66. Row 9 is going to be Akai Sanabria in the 17 and Jaden Rager in the 25. Row 10, David Bruno in the 27. Dawson Tone in the 24. Row 11 is going to be Michael Bowman in the 26 and Jonathan Tohafjian in the 14. I am corrected. We're going to have 22. Those are the 22 starters here tonight for 30 laps. Pace lights are off. We are 2 by 2, 11 rows deep. Green flag is underway as we rock and roll for 30 laps at Limaland. Justin Brown out front, and we're already side by side all the way through the field. Everywhere you look, there's 2 by 2 by 2. Clayton Kluel working around the outside, looking to take third. That's from Nate Walker as we're going to complete lap 1 clean and green. Our top 4 looks like they're working the outside. Dylan DeWert is working the bottom, trying to make up any ground he can down low. 6 is going to be Michael Vitale in the 213. We'll keep an eye for any big movers as well as we work our way through this feature event.
Oh, we got a yellow. Akai Sanabria is heavy damage on the left front.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look at Akai here. He's that blue and black 17 machine. You see him work through the middle of 1 and 2, makes contact with the 27, gets turned around, and in with a little bit of contact in the outside wall. It didn't look terrible, but he did bring it down the pit lane, and that's what brought the yellow flag out. Just underway. That was our first caution flag of the event. Justin Brown is still out front. Field's going to go 2 by 2 here. As the pace lights are going to go out. We're going to go back to green. It looks like Akai Sanabria did get the damage repaired on that car. He's going to be able to rejoin at the tail. Green flag back in the air for the restart. Nate Walker, David Cannon, side by side out of turn 2. Cannon with the advantage into turn 3. 3 wide for third. Clayton Kluel, Nate Walker, Dylan DeWert. Dylan DeWert still committed to running down low. Just a little bit behind him, Cameron Tucker. And the 53 is working the bottom as well, trying to make up ground. What an awesome sight to see these drivers in a big field like this work their way around Limaland. Beautiful sight tonight. As it looks like the top line is getting dominant. A lot of drivers are still up there. The 32 of Anthony Morano, we see him enter the picture. He's on the bottom, trying to make up some ground. Back up front, Justin Brown has opened up a half-second advantage over David Cannon in second. Second, third, fourth, fifth, all in a line. Go ahead, Tim.
Jacob Harrell near the rear got a little sideways and got T-boned. They got it going straight again. I don't know who T-boned him, but no damage.
Good deal. We're still going green flag. So we see
wide for 8, I think.
Yes, it was. 3 wide for 8th. Cameron Tucker, Sam Bachman, Anthony Morano. All side by side. As of right now, the biggest mover is going to be Jonathan Tohafjian. He's up 5 positions, running in the 17th spot. We'll keep an eye on him as he vies to move forward more before the end of this race. Back up towards the front. Justin Brown still leading the way. He's coming up on the lap machine. I believe that's Akai Sanabria. Second, third, and fourth all running the outside. Dylan DeWert's currently in 5th. Battle for position, that's going to be 6. Michael Vitale and Cameron Tucker were side by side. 15 down and 15 laps to go already. Still side by side for 5th. And for, looks like maybe even for 7th. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. These drivers are trying to make up any ground they can.
Randall Dixon looking to make a pass on, I don't know, I can't tell who's who. My scoring's all messed up.
Right, Randall Dixon, he's in the 011. He's right now on the inside of, that's Landon Curran in the 87. Side by side just in front. Yellow flag is in the air. Caution is out. I believe that was in the neighborhood of Jaden Rager. He is the white 21 machine on the screen. Now, it was just a big checkup in a couple of cars. You know, that was just kind of an accordion effect. So, I don't think anybody got any major damage. I think everybody will be able to continue, but it does bring out the caution flag. Yeah, we're still looking at the biggest mover. That's still going to go to Jonathan Tohafjian. He's running 17th, up 5 spots. With 10, that'll be 9 laps to go when we go back green.
Man, what a race.
I'm trying to find. There's our race leaders as they come out of turn 4 for the restart. Justin Brown out to the early advantage. David Cannon battling for second. They're side by side. Nate Walker's on the inside. 9 laps to go. Almost 3 wide for second. Dylan DeWert, Clayton Kuehl side by side. Cameron Tucker right behind them. Wow, the 53 machine of Cameron Tucker on the cushion, trying to make up any ground he can. He is running way up high.
Oh my. Oh, we have
caution flag.
Out.
Uh-oh, and I believe Jonathan Tohafjian was involved. You see him there in the 21. He gets turned from the 24 of Dawson Tone. I think they were trying to enter the corner in 2 different ways. He gets spun around backwards. He's going to be able to continue, but unfortunate for our biggest mover of the night. We're going to have a single file restarts here going forward. We are within 10 laps to go. Single file it is. Going to go back to green flag racing this time. Justin Brown, David Cannon, Nate Walker, your top 3. Justin Brown fires for the restart. Green flag is back in the air. And yellow flag back out instantly. Let's take a look and see. I think Logan Wentz. We'll keep an eye on him. He's the 18 car. Dark colored. He's got blue and gray accents on his machine. Keep an eye on him. Just an accordion effect on the restart. And he gets bumped from behind and turned around backwards, coming to a stop, and that was enough to bring the yellow flag as soon as we took the green. What's that, Tim?
I'm just trying to work out my scoring. Scoring's all sorts of messed up on my end. Even on iRacing, it's messed up for me.
That's very unfortunate. I know mine, I had to reload mine just a little bit ago, so hopefully you get yours figured out in the closing laps here. Lights are out on the pace vehicle. We are going to have 4 laps to go here once they go back green. Justin Brown is fires. We are back underway. Excuse me, 5 laps to go.
Oh, never mind. It's just a glitch on my end.
Dylan DeWert, Nate Walker, side by side. DeWert all the way down low. He's trying to move into a podium position here. Still side by side with Nate Walker. Three laps to go. Justin Brown still out front. David Cannon in second. Still battling for third. Nate Walker, Dylan DeWert. Side by side for 6th and 7th, a little further back.
Nate Walker beats him that time. Let's see what Dylan can work on that bottom side.
White flag is in the air for Justin Brown. Justin Brown out of turn 4 to the checkered flag. The winner here tonight at Limaland. David L. Cannon is going to finish second, and Nate Walker did finish ahead of Dylan DeWert for the final podium position. We are going to get a word here in just a few moments with our top 3. Right after we go through the final results here tonight. As we mentioned, Justin Brown the winner here, David Cannon second, Nate Walker is third. Dylan DeWert is going to be credited with 4th tonight. Cameron Tucker 5th, Clayton Kluvel 6th, Michael Vitale in 7th, Anthony Morano in 8th. 9th is going to be to Sam Bachman. 10th is Juan Martinez. 11th is Landon Curran. 12th is Keegan Brown. 13th, Randall Dixon. 14th, Jordan Tucker. 15th, Jacob Harrell. 16th, David Bruno. 17th, Jaden Rager. 18th, Logan Wentz. 19th is going to go to Jonathan Tohavchian. 20th to Michael Bowman. 21st to Dalston Tone. 22nd is Akai Sanabria. And our biggest mover of the night, that's going to go to a tie between Cameron Tucker in the 53. He was up 4, and Juan Martinez in the 4. Those two drivers finished +4 tonight in the feature. All right, without further ado here, let's see if we can bring in our top 3 here tonight. Starting out with our 3rd place finisher, Nate Walker. Hey, Nate.
I know you love me.
Yeah.
Tyler and Tim up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, buddy. Coming home 3rd tonight. You started up front in the feature event and stayed there and had a battle with Dylan DeWert there right at the end.
Yeah, I know. Top was fast there for a while, and really was hoping it'd stay there a little longer, but we were able to just hold the middle there, and I seen the bottom was coming in with Dylan, and I was really just praying. I didn't want to go down there and blocking, so I was just praying the middle kept enough grip there the last 3 to hold on.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like drivers were moving around a little bit as the feature progressed. I mean, did you notice you were better up high or down low?
I really felt like I had a lot of speed, top of 1 and 2 there for a minute, and then top 3 and 4 I feel like was there most of the race, but it got a little too slick up there. But I definitely feel like top 3 and 4 there early on, I was pretty quick.
All right, absolutely, buddy. Tim, you got anything to ask Nate?
Yeah, Nate, you were under fire from the 20 of Dylan. the last couple laps. I'm noticing a trend here. A lot of people are very close to where they started. How difficult was it to pass or complete a pass?
Oh, it was definitely challenging. You know, there's all the top 10 of us all had speed, and there was even some guys out of the top 10 that have a lot of speed. But the track just it was racy, but the top would stay better just a little, just good enough to hold off the middle, and then the middle would come in just enough to hold off the top. So it was really just a lot of searching, hitting your marks, and really just had to be consistent. You really couldn't mess up, or you would have got freight trained.
Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, Nate, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh yeah, I got to give a big shout out to all my guys back at Max Dig Mafia for all they do, all the time they put in. David Cannon, Landon Curran, Landon Norton, all them guys back there. Slick Shots Media, uh, Enforcer Designs for the wrap, Speed Ranch, Tanner Tomasi, Daniel Brady, all them guys for all the help they give, and you guys for putting it on. And I got to give a shout out to my mom. She's always in the live streams there rooting for us. So appreciate her and appreciate everybody for putting this on.
Absolutely. Again, congratulations on your third place finish. We'll let you go celebrate it.
Thank you.
That was your third place finisher, Nate Walker. All right, let's get a word in with our second place finisher, David Cannon. Hey, David, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, you come home in second place tonight. You ran, it seemed like all feature long right there behind Justin. Could you have done anything different to challenge him for the win?
I don't really think any single line got really fast. It was more about who could be the steadiest and the easiest through the slick. Justin, everything I tried, he just either pulled away from me or I didn't catch him. So I just decided that I'd just follow him around.
Absolutely. Well, it was a heck of a race. We really enjoyed it. And I hope it was as much fun as what we were watching up here in the booth.
Well, I had a good time for sure. Running through the slick's always fun. You know, you get your guys that can really drive a race car running up front. I mean, 1, 2, 3, finished 1, 2, 3. You know, we was all pretty smooth.
Absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask David?
Yeah, you think if you had another side-by-side restart a little later, you think you could have held on and stayed on the door of Justin to possibly make that pass around the outside?
Uh, Maybe if I stayed a line above what he was running, the top 1 and 2 was definitely not there. I wasn't sure about 3 and 4. It kind of was early on, but I wasn't really willing to try it. Not being a, you know, side by side restart, going single file. I just didn't want to give up what I had.
Absolutely. Well, David, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Uh, Everybody back in Max Dig Mafia. We got P2 and P3 tonight. Nate Walker, Landon Curran, the guys back there. Speed Ranch, Slick Shots Media, Enforcer Designs. I think that's about it. My buddy's mom for hanging out in the chat and supporting us.
All right. Congratulations again on finishing second here tonight, David. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to move on to our race winner, Mr. Justin Brown. Hey, Justin, Tyler, and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, a dominating win here tonight at Limaland, leading all the laps that you could possibly lead in the feature. How does it feel?
Feels good. I haven't raced 358s in a while, and I mean like a long time. I've just been staying away from them. Jumped into this because my buddy said he was running one, and I figured, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. I can try it, and I'm liking it so far. It's good. Ran decently, and um, these cars are very momentum based and as straight as you can be without spinning your tires. And I know this track can turn into that whenever it slicks off with lower horsepower cars. So I knew right through the middle was gonna be my best bet. Just slow, steady, and don't mess up. Make my lap times pretty consistent, and they'd have a hard time passing me in it. That's how it went.
Yeah, for sure. Tim, you have anything to ask Justin?
Yeah, just led every lap. Uh, how was the track feeling for you?
It felt good. Like I said, my line is really hard to pass unless there's a dominant lane around it, because I take up so much of the track. And with me, if I was battling with somebody, I probably wouldn't have been able to hold on so well. But they never had the chance to really get beside me and take away any of the track that I could run, so that I could keep up much momentum as I could. If they would have been able to get beside me on an exit of a turn, it would have held me up a little bit. I wouldn't have been able to hold as much speed through the turns as I was. Um, the top was good early on. I just, like I said, my momentum carried and it kept them from catching me, but me not really pulling away until the top started going away. But after that, they started kind of filing in. They noticed I was starting to pull away for a little bit, and they were keeping up with me at that point. It's just these cars are, they do good on some tracks. Some tracks they just kind of like it right through the slick, and that's how it was.
Absolutely. Justin, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Warrior Racing, Warrior Raps. My team does a good job with me, and then our rap guy, the team owner, he does well, damn good job with these raps. Magilla Safe Speed Shop for all the stuff they do for us on the open set side. Sweet Victor Apparel, Abruzzi Racewear. You guys for putting this on and broadcasting, and my wife for supporting my little hobby.
Absolutely. Again, congratulations on the victory here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
That was your race winner, Justin Brown. All right. Well, as we are going to start wrapping things up here on the Buckeye Racing Network, I mean, what an event here tonight with STRR. This was the first race of the brand new season of the 358 Modified Division. And what a show we had. Awesome driver turnout. Put on good racing action all throughout tonight. Tim, do you have any closing thoughts?
Just wow. That's all I can say. I feel like I've said that after every race so far, but it it gets better each time.
I firmly believe that, and it was just a great show. It was a pleasure to bring the race to you folks here tonight. Upcoming on the network, we are off tomorrow night, but we will be back live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday night with STRR, the league again. They are going to be running the Pro Late models in an open setup on Thursday night. That's the next show. And after that is going to be this coming Sunday night. We have the League of Outlaws IMCA style modified division. We'll be live with them about 9 p.m. Eastern. Those are the next shows upcoming here on the network. Again, everybody, thanks for tuning in here. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.